The question is, how fast can I be like John Wick? I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but I mean, I'm not as cool as John Wick, but you know what? The question is, does John Wick have a badass gun like this? Miami series. I really doubt it because he wants more sniper stuff. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon. First off, gun safety. Always have it. Know where the safety is. Know that the gun is empty. And you'll have A-OK, as you can tell. Nothing in the chamber. Nothing there. Nothing in here. Boom. The mechanics is a little bit hard to come down with that. So sometimes you just gotta just go like that. But you know what? Gun safety for everyone. John Wick 4. What's this about? This is right after the third one. You know what? John Wick still has a vengeance. But this one, we're going to Japan. We are going to New York. We are going to Paris. We're having Donnie Yen. We're having so many more different characters in this movie. And holy cow, you got to know, I love this film. Balls to the wall action. Balls to the wall cinematography. Balls to the wall bonkersness. Nothing is wrong about this film. Except, that's a little bit of a lie. And that little lie will be talked about after I talk about the positives. So let's just talk about this movie as a whole. I got scared, I won't lie, when I heard it was a 2-hour and 43-minute movie. I go, oh. However, these action sequences are filmed so good, so crisp, so enjoyable, and so elongated with so many one takes where you're just like, you get sucked in. And all of a sudden you're like, 3 hours just passed. And you don't know where the 3 hours went. And then you realize, yes, I do. It went to Keanu Reeves. It went to Donnie Yen. It went to the cinematographer. It went to the director. It went to the action choreographer. It went to Scott Akins. It went to all these characters to say, you know what? This is worth my 3 hours on a Thursday night. So what else is good about this film? The look. I mean, the bright lights, the neon lights, the cinematography, the wide views. The technical aspect of this movie is on point. IMAX. See it in IMAX if you can. This sound design. If this does not get considered for an Oscar for sound. No, this is no joke. No joke. This sound is popping. It is pumping. It is absolutely phenomenal. The sound in this movie goes hard times 100, 3,000. No joke. Amazing. I mean, yes. Can you say the dialogue in this is a little bit cheesy? Sure. You get a lot of Keanu Reeves. Yeah. Just like Owen Wilson's. Wow. So this one, you're going to get a bunch of Keanu Reeves. Yeah. And I don't mind all these yas could come at me a million, quadrillion times. Also, the dogs are back. So yes, technically only one dog. I think they had to bring it back because what John Wick 3 did with Halle Berry and her dogs put the level way up here. And unfortunately, I think the John Wick 4 is about right here. The John Wick 3 dog scene is the best action sequence I've seen in a movie. Does some of this stuff come close? Absolutely. It does teeter on some of the negative, which I'm going to talk about soon. But I got to talk about one more positive. And the positive is this final battle sequence. Like I said, there's about 3 or 4 of them. They all last 30-esque minutes. No joke. Non-stop. You're just like, this is not stopping. And I'm not bored. Keep it coming. But something they do in the third sequence, something that Malignant does, and I am a sucker for top-down action sequences. John Wick does a awesome one-take ×2 where they slowly go behind John Wick and they slowly teeter up to the top of the screen and you're watching it and like, I want to say it lasts like 3 minutes and you're just like, give me fucking more. I mean, seriously. Like in Malignant, I'm like, James Wan, fucking fantastic. I love the top view of watching the girl run through the house. Same thing here. You have Keanu Reeves with a badass shotgun that is like a demon shells that like spit out fire, Call of Duty style. And you're just like, fuck yes, give me more of this. And it is so fantastic. And something at the very end that has to do with stairs, that's all I'm going to say. Stunts. If this movie doesn't get nominated for a stunts because of this final stair sequence, Hollywood, fuck you. That's all I'm going to say. So some of the negatives, yeah, you can say some of the dialogue. Oh, yeah, let's go talk about the so positive. Donnie Yen. So this is like Japan versus Hong Kong / China and like where we're going with it. And I'm so down with it. Donnie Yen, I'm so bad. I'm so mad at myself for not knowing this Japanese guy's name. But he's fantastic. Same with the daughter. Absolutely phenomenal. So let's go to the negatives. Some people might say it's too cartoony. I could kind of see that. There's a couple of scenes where John Wick jumps out of a 4-story building and he lands. You're just like, fuck. And the audience laughed, kind of know that it was ridiculous. Like I said, same with the staircase sequence. There's a lot of laughing, and it could be like laughing like, oh shit, that's funny, or laughing like, oh shit, that's over the top. But I think people know what they're getting into when they go into this film. Like I said, some of the dialogue, you could say it's a little bit cheesy. And also, like I said, if I complain about it in other movies, I gotta complain about it here, right? Bullets going here. The magazine, clip, whatever you want to call it. I know I got in trouble saying to call it a clip, right? So a clip in here, bullet goes in there. Here's the problem. When you shoot the gun, this comes back, right? And releases every time. Unfortunately, you don't see a lot of the casings come out of the gun. You hear the sound effects. So you know for a fact you're like, where are the casings? Where are the casings? But you know what? I could kind of give this one a fault just because of how realistic the other stuff is. And with that, like I said, the action sequences in this movie are phenomenal. There's a circle one in Paris where I kind of want to know what was CGI and what wasn't. Because with the first movie, it was like no CGI. The second one, very little. Third one, you could tell some here and there. This one, it leans a little bit more towards the CGI, especially with the dog and other stuff. And that's unfortunate because I like the nitty-gritty of like the first, second, and third one. But you have to kind of go balls to the wall with this one. And I understand where it's like, there's one scene in particular where Keanu Reeves is circling these two cars. Now I want to know what is actually real, what isn't. So I'm just like, oh, I want to see the CGI of what actually was there. So that could be a negative for some of the people knowing like, okay, this one goes a little bit too video game territory. And I did feel that on some action sequences, but it still didn't take me out of the movie, if that makes sense. So overall, John Wick Chapter 4, see this movie. Awesome. See it in IMAX. The sound design, I can't give it enough praise. Like 10 out of 10 on the sound. But as an enjoyable movie, yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. So John Wick Chapter 4 will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 90%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have critics a 95% with 167 of them. Audience score 96%, with over 50 critic consensus. John Wick Chapter 4 piles on more of everything and suggests that when it comes to a well-dressed Keanu Reeves dispatching his enemies in a lethal, ballistic style, there can never be too much. Abso-freaking-lutely. I got nothing else to say about this movie. Little negatives, but overall, 96, 97. Sorry, I'm drunk. 95, 96, 90. Chase Talk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Futon Toby. Blue Futon, thank you for watching my freaking fantastic day, week, month, year, or whenever you're watching it, because it doesn't matter. I love every single one of you. I'm not going to point this at you because that would just be mean. See, I got to point down. Gun safety. Finger always off the trigger. Got to poke those corners. And yes, I have a white one of this coming soon. Miami day and Miami night. Got a couple shotguns, ARs. So you know what? If World War III is happening, I am fucking prepared.